Runescape Dragonwilds was touted by many before its release as a potential Valheim killer. After about 20 hours of gameplay and effectively beating the game, I can confidently say that is not the case. That said, there is a ton here that I thoroughly enjoyed, and overall, I think it's a great game with a ton of potential. So good in fact, these 6 mechanics and features I'll cover in today's video may be even better than what Valheim offers and should be considered by the dev team to implement prior to its own 1.0 release. First is the magic system that I had an absolute blast using. Oh shit. Even before you craft your first staff, you can hit Q, which opens an easy to use wheel slider where you can select any spell of interest and cast it assuming you have the runes to do so. The Runescape team have absolutely killed it here with incredible animations and sound effects unique to each spell you cast. My personal favorites are ones like Wind Step that I often use to overcome steep cliffs and prevent fall damage, or Rock Explosion, which obliterates any ore, making mining a breeze. This is another strength of this game that we will expand on a little later. To use the different spells, however, you will need runes, as I alluded to a moment ago. The game makes these easily accessible, being crafted at rune altars with rune essence, found abundantly by mining these rocks in the overworld and within dangerous ruins. As you progress the game and level your skills, you unlock greater and more useful spells, expanding beyond what can be bound to your spellcasting scroll wheel. Worry not, as in your menus you can easily drag, drop, and position those used most often to accommodate your own unique playstyle. You can extend magic to combat as well by crafting your first battle staff. At this stage, only wind and fire runes can be consumed to thwart goblins and more, but the game makes it easy for you to toggle between them by selecting your rune of interest. Spoiler alert, fire is nutty. Definitely choose it over wind. Very quickly, Runescape Dragonwilds showcases a depth to its spellcasting, easily outclassing that of Valheim's, which boasts a very simple system consisting only of blood and elemental magic skills, let alone the complete absence of complementary magic to assist in other elements of gameplay, such as mobility restraints and resource gathering chokeholds plaguing the 10th world. And yet, I say all this despite the magic skill having not yet been implemented at the game's release. Too bad too, as the perks and benefits granted by the skill leveling system will surely only improve it, with skill progression maybe being the best mechanic this game offers, which I'll expand on fully in a moment. But first, thanks to magic, most of the tedium is taken out of resource gathering, making it the second item on my list that I beg the Valheim devs to consider. Like the Rock Explosion spell shown previously, you can fell a line of trees with the actual projection, forgoing the need to exhaustingly swing your axe. Later, you will unlock the Splinter ability to pair nicely with Actual, allowing the player to convert the fallen tree immediately to logs for crafting and refining. While these spells have cooldowns, it's not difficult to occupy your time with other chores while it resets, so you can spend more time with the more interesting elements of the game. Not only is using magic more efficient, but also made satisfying with great animation and visceral sound effects. And all this only touches the surface of the powerful spells that become available to you as you progress the game. I can't help but see an opportunity here for Valheim to expand upon and improve some of the more tedious elements of its gameplay, like resource gathering and terrain navigation. Of course, all that has been covered thus far is made possible by the game's excellent skill progression, a trademark of the RuneScape franchise. Unlike Valheim, where skill progression is one-dimensional, only improving potency of the leveled skill, like increased damage with swords as one example, RuneScape adds a second dimension of combining those standard benefits with intermediate perks every handful of levels. These take several forms, ranging from new spells, like the ability to enchant your weapon with fire at level 20, new abilities, like the capability to parry at level 5, and even new beneficial structures to build, like the lumber storage after achieving 40 woodcutting, which will automatically store planks generated by your sawmill. Having these tangible and valuable perks to look forward to enhance the skill progression journey, not to mention the satisfying audio cues when gaining a level, injecting dopamine directly into my caveman brain, making the grind all the more satisfying. Unlike Valheim, many of the game's weapons and armor are not unlocked purely by accessing the new resources in the upcoming biome. Rather, some of the game's best tools are only unlocked by completing side quests or overcoming the game's difficult dungeon encounters. For instance, I found an interactable stone at the peak of a large mountain, only accessible by using my Windstep magic that sent me on a side quest to investigate magical trees across the biome. After some travel, combat, and yes, the occasional death,
Love this game, man. I love it.
I was rewarded with a bow better than those crafted with ordinary materials. Without climbing the hill and discovering the quest, the bow would have escaped me. In many ways, I believe Hilder's quests are Valheim's attempt to incorporate unique encounters like this to the game. For me though, they fall flat, and for them to hit like they do in RuneScape, I think they need to reward you with something more valuable than cosmetic clothing. Building 2 is a strength of both Valheim and Runescape Dragonwilds, and while I'd say Valheim has more character, there are two quality of life enhancements that stand out in RuneScape. First, there is a toggleable ghost mode that allows players to plan their builds without commitment. With this enabled, ghost versions of your structures will be placed without consuming the material. From there, interact with the silhouette of the building to add the corresponding materials from your inventory and erect your structure over time. Secondly, the Eye of Oculus spell enables you to hover above your body and place build pieces in hard-to-reach areas. I really love this creative solution to taller builds while avoiding the need for scaffolding and the inevitable fall damage deaths.
Love this game.
Combining these quality of life features with the character that building in Valheim possesses might just make for the perfect combination. But maybe best of all, RuneScape includes 4 quality of life improvements with respect to inventory management that are must-includes for Valheim's 1.0 release. First, each of the crafting stations are sorted by the item type, making it easy to find the item of interest compared to the endless lists found in Valheim. Second, you have separate inventories for items of different types. First for resources, second for runes, and third for quest items. While these are steps in the right direction, I think RuneScape should take it a step further. Prior to its 1.0 release, I would like to see a separate inventory for both arrows and potions as well. Third, even being encumbered is not as bad, as unlike Valheim, your stamina will replenish despite your overweight status. While you won't be able to dodge or sprint, at least you maintain the ability to waddle home, or better yet, teleport through a lodestone. But no tuba walk. If you know, you know. Fourth is the ability to automatically store material in your storage containers. While this is only teased with the level 40 woodcutting reward to store manufactured planks from your sawmill, I'd like to see it be expanded to other refining structures. And while you're at it, the ability to craft from storage would take both RuneScape Dragonwilds and Valheim to the next level. Apart from that, if you're new to the channel, I'm SPAZZY. I cover everything Valheim, and now might be the perfect time to dive back in with its 1.0 release on the horizon, so watch this video to get back up to speed.